Learn to be content and happy by yourself. If you need a company to be happy, then it will make you weak. Share your progress, not your goals, and you will always be motivated. All you have power and influence over is what you decide to do with the time that you are given today. Don't make permanent decisions on temporary emotions. You owe nothing to your younger self, but you owe everything to your present self. Letting go is very hard, but it's the best thing to do. Overthinking ruins you. It ruins the situation, twists things around, makes you worry about futile questions, and makes everything much worse than it actually is. You cannot have everything. You always exchange something for something. Act like you have been there before. To know who your true friends are, look for the ones who say good things behind your back and bad things to your face. Don't do anything that you will have to lie about later. Your parents were correct multiple times, even if not academically qualified. Stop insulting them when they advise you. The biggest thing you need to accept is change. Commitment is what gets you started. Consistency is what gets you somewhere. And persistence is what keeps you going. You grow rich when you seek new experiences, not material things. Action breeds more clarity than thought. So you can't think your way into a new life. You have to act your way into one. If you can drop anything from the world, drop the ego. You will not forget some bad things. You just stop caring until that happens. Don't stress too much about it. All you have is the now and what you do with it. The more grateful you are, the more beauty you will see all around you. The more generous life will seem. And the happier you will become. Being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it will always get you the right ones. Don't worry about what other people are thinking about you, because everyone is only thinking about themselves. People give you advice based on their perspective. Every second you spend comparing your life to someone else's is a second spent wasting yours. Never make someone a priority who only makes you an option. With time, the more wins with fear you can accumulate, the more fearless you will become. You don't only live once, you live multiple lives within one. Don't make promises if you have no intention to fulfill them. It might not mean anything to you, but it could mean a whole world to someone else. If someone is trying to bring you down, it only means you are above them. Success is not about your resources. It's about how resourceful you are with what you have. Your entire life can change in an instant. So instead of passively taking what you have graded, be grateful for it and do whatever good you can with it. The life you experience is simply a reflection of your mindset. Chasing happiness will lead you to misery. Until you realize that happiness is the way. If you are a friend of everybody, you are an enemy to yourself. If someone emphasizes that they are telling the truth, you can be sure they are lying. It's never too late to do the things you have always wanted to do. Don't let naysayers discourage you, because they may be projecting their own insecurities. Not everything in your brain needs to come out of your mouth. Just because you miss someone does not mean you need them back in your life. Missing is a part of getting over. Don't look for happiness, it's always inside you. Don't be afraid to be alone. Being by yourself is far superior than being with crappy people. The people who ask the most from you are the people who do the least for you. Keep an open mind and act like an artist. But think, fail, and learn like a scientist. You don't find your purpose somewhere else. You create your purpose, exactly where you are. And you bear meaning to it. Life becomes easier and more beautiful when we can see the good in other people. Do not discuss your past with anyone, because only you know its true story and significance. Others may not understand or even use it against you. Be smart enough to ask for advice, but be wise enough to know who to seek it from. Sometimes the world is trying to tell you who you are, but if you don't stop to reflect and listen, you will never be able to hear. Self-care is realizing that you are your greatest obstacle. Don't get emotionally attached to anyone. People change. Even your best friends can turn into strangers one day. Don't compare the behind the scene of your life to someone else's highlight reel.